Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Deni. If you are brand new, thank you for stopping in. If you're an oldie but goodie, welcome back. Today I am going to be continuing my Thursday video, which I think I've come upon a name that might stick. I was chatting back and forth through comments with a good friend here on YouTube named Lisa, and she suggested instead of calling it like Shop My Stash or Second Chance, or I think I was even using retrying old palettes, she said, remember this, worth the hype or not? And I kind of like that name. I kind of like it. I also like just revisiting my old makeup. For some reason, those things are like right there. But for this one, I'm going to go ahead and try that out, Lisa. I'm also going to link her down below so that if you want to go ahead and check her channel out, she'll be there. Today, we're actually going to shop my stash. We're going to look through my foundations first, and we're going to pick one out. First things first, let me go ahead and put some primer on my face. I'm going to go ahead and use something that's already open, that's in use. The Too Faced Hangover RX. I don't officially love this, but it's open and it's what I've been using. So I'm going to go ahead and finish it. I think I have not too much to go. Like, I honestly have like about 2 more applications of this before this tube is done. And I'm actually excited because I'll be able to switch to a different primer. Let's go ahead and look at what I have for foundation. I have several foundations. I have the Maybelline 24 Hour. I have my good old faithful L'Oreal Infallible. I have the Colorina Selfie. I have the LA Girl Pro. I also have the Wander. And this one I really like a whole lot. I have a bunch of these Wet n Wild cushion ones, although I don't want to use any of those for some reason. And then I have like a little bottle of the Makeup Forever. I have this dollar store one that was horrendous. I don't know why I didn't get rid of that one. Also have another dollar store one, the LA Colors Liquid Matte, so-called, horrible as well. I also have the Revlon Candid, which I haven't used in a long time, and then the It Bye Bye foundation. Okay, so these are the foundations that I have. I think I am going to, I feel like I haven't used the Maybelline one in a while. This color might not be my match, but I kind of want to revisit it and see, do I still like you? Do I want you on my face? I know the ones that I love. My loves are my L'Oreal and my Wander beauty ones. These are like top favorite foundations, so I'm not gonna go ahead and use those. I know how they perform and I need to actually give some use to other things. So let's go ahead and apply this. I might have to adjust the color, so I'll probably use some like white pigment to make it the right shade. Okay, foundation has been mixed to a color that I think might match my face, so let's go ahead and apply this. I could not find my mixing palette, like where to mix things. I don't know. Does this match my neck? Yes, it does. Okay. Remember this one being matte. I don't remember if it was very dry or not. I can't remember all of those details. I feel like I'm using a whole lot, which means I'm gonna have to mix more of this stuff. Let's see if I could spread what I have on the brush over to the side. I am gonna need some more though. So far it feels okay on the skin. It doesn't feel bad. I can't remember why I don't use this. I think it has to do with the color. Honestly, that's what I think it is. Like, the color has everything to do with the foundation. All right. When the color is off, it really makes for your skin to look crazy. For the most part, even though I look very pale, I think it matches my neck really well. It's not too yellow. It's not too white. I think it is matching. Yeah, I don't know why I wasn't using this foundation. I guess I'll figure it out as I go. Maybe it was something else. Maybe it didn't work well with other things. Maybe it creased. Maybe I looked funny in it. But as of right now, it's passing the test. Okay, so now I'm going to go into a concealer. I have so many concealers. These, for the majority, are my concealers right up in here. And because this one is fairly yellow, I think I want to go with a more like light. So what I normally put on my face, or what I prefer, I do a lot of the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and then I also pair it up with the Tarte concealer. Now I have the Tarte concealer in medium, and I also have it in light medium. Light medium seems to always be a better shade for me. So these I'm going to count out because I know how they work. I think this guy, this is the Born This Way from Too Faced. I think this is too dark. This Milani one is super thick. I don't know. So I have this Physicians Formula one. I can't remember if this color was too dark or too light for me, but I remember it spurted out a lot, and this had a lot of coverage. It's just a really dark. Okay, this is not gonna work. That is way too dark. I also have, I have this one from Pretty Vulgar that I haven't used in a long time. Oh, and I did have a Born This Way. I remember this being such a good one, this light medium. Okay, the light medium looks like a better shade for me. I also have, oh, I put that on and I got makeup all over it. Also, I have this guy right here, which is Hey Honey. It's a light to medium concealer. I've not used this ever, have I? I think I want to use this Hey Honey one. Okay, I've not used this. This could be a total fail. We're gonna see. So let's go ahead, dab a little bit of that. That's like tiniest dab ever. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that right on under my eye. And that may have been a whole lot. That actually looks pretty good from what I'm seeing in my mirror. You guys let me know what you think. It's kind of really wet. Like, it's like when you put it on, it gets really like soft, and it stays pretty wet. Like, it's not like other concealers that I've tried that get like really like pasty. This one has a more like light feeling to it. I'm actually going to put some of that on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, because I think I took a little bit too much. Yeah, I like the way that one feels. I don't know why I've not used that one ever. So maybe I found a new one to like and use and play around with. All right, so for my actual lid, to prime my lid, I have several different primers. I love the P. Louise one, and I think today I'm going to use a P. Louise base on my eye. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my P. Louise. This needs no introduction, honestly, because it's one of the best base products, priming products that I've ever used on my eyelids. And my eyelids are pretty red from yesterday's look. I had on some pigments that were not supposed to be eye safe. Well, they're not eye safe, and they do make your lid pink. So to conceal it, this is what we do. For brows, I don't like to mess around with things unnecessarily or like open up stuff that I don't need to. So I'm currently trying to use up this brow product. Is from Chica Beauty Studio. I picked this up in Puerto Rico, and it is in a coffee color. At least I think it is cafe. And it's a little darker than what I like, but it does come with a spoolie, and I've learned how to manipulate it so that it looks good on my brows. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and use today. I always like to comb them down. I'm not going to show you this whole thing. I'm not going to sit here and put my brow on for you guys. I will be right back with brows. Okay, so as you see, it's a little darker than what I prefer, but I'm able to work with it, and it's okay. It's not one of my favorites, but I need to finish that guy up. So let's go ahead and powder my face set it down because I don't want this to be moving around a whole lot. For powders or face powders and things like that, I don't use setting powders. I use actual color powder or foundation powders. The ones that I have in my hand are Bare Mineral, Revlon Color Stay, and one from Colorina. I don't think I'm going to do the Colorina because it's a little too yellow. And then from these two, Bare Mineral looks like this, and the Revlon, which I remember being like one of my favorites. I think that one better suits me for the winter, so I think I'm gonna go with this guy. And for this, I'm just gonna take a big fluffy brush, and I'm going to honestly set my entire face with this. Like, I'm not gonna just set under the eyes like people do. I like to put this over my entire face because everything else that I'm going to put on is going to be powder going forward. So that just helps everything lock in and stay in place. And I like when things stay in place. My eye is already tearing and breaking up that concealer. I am already getting some creasing, but we will fix all of that. I'm sure I'm gonna have to apply concealer again. So now onto the palette that I decided to use today, which is from Winky Lux, and it is the Kitten palette. Do you remember this one? Was it worth the hype? Well, when you open it up, it's just a 9-pan palette, and it's a very cool tone palette. This doesn't go all the way back. I thought it did. So it's a very cool tone palette. And I feel like just about every palette that I've done for one of these, you know, shop my stash or whatever this type of video is, has been cooler than what I prefer. For some reason, I have a multitude of cool palettes. So for this one, it has what looks to be 2 actual mattes. And then it has 5 shimmer shades. And then 2, I don't know, like satin matte. I don't know how to explain that because they do have a little shimmer inside of them, these two, but it's not a shimmery shadow. It's just like it has shimmer inside of it for some reason. I don't know if that's considered matte or not when they still have shimmer inside. In any case, I believe 2 of these are duochromes or shifting shades, which I think this pink one right here has like an opalescent. And then this one right here has like a shift to blue. I think honestly, just this one shifts. And I think that's the shade that I really want to play around with. I remember really wanting to use this palette for that shade. So today we are going to do just that. Hopefully I haven't already created a look like the one I'm going to do today. So let's go ahead and get started. We do have a transition shade in here, which is good. It makes me happy. We have this shade right here. Honestly, do they have names? Yes, they do. Strut is like a good transition shade, at least from what I can see. Oh, that's kind of darker than what I thought it was going to be. I'm going to go ahead and put that right into the like area above my crease. I love this area. This is like my showcase area, and I usually put a bunch of things up here blended. Honestly, that's what we should call it from now on, the showcase area. That's what I'm going to call it, showcase. So showcase is on. I'm going to go ahead and put the first act, this one right here. I'm gonna put that one above around my brow bone, and I'm going to just like soften this area. Then I'm gonna dip back into that strut and just make that a little bit more opaque, make it visible. Also, that white shade was called Duchess, so that was Duchess that I put up in that, you know, first act area. Okay, so next we are going to play with deepening my outer V, and then I like to move inwards. So I think I'm gonna darken it with this shade right here, which is Cheshire. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I feel like it's the same as the cat from Alice in Wonderland. I that's what it is. And that would make sense. That makes the most sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this brush. I'm gonna tap some of that out. I don't know how deep this is gonna get. So that was what? Cheshire. And I'm gonna put that right in my outer V. I'm very messy with it for some reason. Like, I always blur down in this area, and then I have to go back and clean up. But okay, we are blending that in. So far, they are working, and they don't feel bad or anything. Did I speak too soon? Am I seeing weirdness happening? I don't know. Okay, so I like to deepen this outer V area with this. For the main attraction, I am going to use this guy right here, which is called Holographic. That doesn't make sense because, like, this is supposed to be a cat palette, and it's like Purr, Duchess, Strut, Holographic, 9 Lives, Cat Eyes, Romeo, Cheshire, Boots. Okay, why does Holographic is not a cat's name. They should have named it something like Fun. I don't know. What's a cat's name? Any cat's name would do. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that with my finger onto the lid. Oh, this guy is so pretty. Okay, this is messy because my finger is not small enough to do like what I want it to do, and it's gonna be blown out and messy, but I don't care because I can always go back and fix it. Oh, I really like that color shift. Like, it's just so pretty. Like, it looks blue, kind of like grayish. I don't know. It's giving me a bunch of different vibes. Go ahead and get a shadow brush and try to do this, like, you know, with a shadow brush. Even though the finger is perfectly good for doing these types of looks, I still, I do like a good brush to work in there. So I did overlap this over here, which I'm gonna have to fix, but let me go ahead and finish up this eye. So I'm actually going to clean off my brush using my little cat cleaner. This guy's like a multi-use guy. I like this. So I did overlap over here, and I want to clean that up. I'm gonna go right back in to that Cheshire color, and I want to deepen that again and just like blend those two colors right here, marry them. Y'all like each other. And I want to drag that in a little bit more to like through the crease. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. If you couldn't, I'm sorry. I'm just stuck in my ways and I just do weird things. All right, so now that that is on, I think I want to go ahead and I kind of want to blend this whole area, and I want to go back into that first color. What was it? Duchess? No, Strut. I want to go back into Strut, and I want to blend this area because I feel like with the new colors, it's kind of sloppy and it doesn't have like that same beautiful look that it had a few minutes ago. Like, it doesn't have that. That just made a world of a difference. And then what I want to do is I'm going to go over the bottom waterline or under the waterline with that Strut color. Go ahead and just buff that in. I'm not going to be like super precise. I'm going to continue with like my blending brush. I know it's a little bit bigger than what you would normally use for down here, but because I'm going to do concealer again, because it kind of faded, I'm not worried about it. So I'm just going to go ahead and be a little messy. Then next, I'm going to go back into my shadow brush, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of that Cheshire color on here, just like on the tip of the brush, if you could see. And I am going to run that right across the bottom lash line. So I have already put those colors in there. I kind of really like that like smoked out under eye, like it's just giving me vibes. I like it a whole lot. For mascara, I'm gonna go ahead and use this item mascara. This one is just called Lash Snack, and this one has the teeny tiniest wand in the world. So far so good. I mean, I hate the name. I hate that it's called Item Makeup, or I don't know if it's called Item Beauty or what is it called, but I know it's just Item, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and we shall be back. Applying this concealer just because I know that I lost some of it, and I know that I just did powder and then now I'm reapplying, but do I care? No. Concealer is back on my face. So I've been trying to really use some of my palettes. I'm gonna go ahead into this the balm of your hand. This right here is like a face palette and eyeshadow palette all in one type dealio. I've had this for a while and I'm just now getting to it. So the bronzer that is in here is the Bahama Mama. I'm familiar with the Bahama Mama. I've used it a ton, but not in this actual palette. So we're gonna go ahead and contour the forehead just a little bit. I don't have a really big forehead, and honestly my contouring is so minimal. A little bit of in the cheek area, and then a little bit in the jawline. And then for blush, this one has 3 different options in here. It has Down Boy, Frat Boy, and Insane. And out of all of those, I think I want to go the deeper color. I think that Insane or whatever it is has sheen to it, and I just ooh yeah, that's a whole lot. Yeah, we went overboard. But you know what? I'm committed. I'm committed. There's ways of fixing it if it's too much, which I mean it is, but so then what I would do normally is just take my foundation brush and kind of just like pat it down, because that kind of like settles the color a little bit. You see, it made it a little bit less flush, but I kind of wanted a big like pink cheek. I wanted a big pink cheek. That might need a little bit more work. So this now I'm gonna just take my big fluffy brush, and I can just go over that that same setting powder that I used, or the powder that I used to set my face earlier, face powder, and I'm gonna go over those areas again just to make that a little less pink. And then this guy has a highlighter in here, the Mary Luminizer. That is not my favorite highlighter, and I have so many, so I think I'm gonna swap out of this, look for some highlighter. I'm gonna go ahead and use my ColourPop Flexitarian. I have way too many highlighters to go through all of them and show you guys and pick one out. I'm just gonna go ahead with this one because it has like a white sheen to it, and that just to me feels like it would go better with like the eyeshadow that I did. Once this is on, then I'm gonna take a brush and I will like try to just blend this in. Normally I would blend it in with my finger, but I feel like it's too like harsh right now. So, and then I will put a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my upper lip, Cupid's bow. Why am I so sweaty right now? I have no idea. You would think that I was doing like a bunch of things. For this look, to end it off, I think I'm going to just pop on some lashes, definitely some lipstick. So I've been playing around with this Tarte lipstick, and I want to continue playing with it. It's delightful. It's a 2-ended lipstick. So I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna pop on some lashes and I'm going to put this on, and I'll be back and we'll discuss the palette. Okay babes, I am back with my completed look. This is my entire look. I just put on some lashes and some lipstick. That's the last thing that I did. Everything else you saw on screen. Also, I don't know what these lashes are, and they are not on top. They are in the inside, because that's a new method that I'm trying, and I don't know if I love it or if I hate it. Have no idea yet. They feel a little bit more comfortable underneath than they do on top, and they seem to not move as much when they're under there. So I don't know, but it's kind of like concerning to get glue in your eye. So not entirely sure. In any case, let's go ahead and talk about this palette. So was it worth the hype or not? Should I keep you in my collection? Also, I don't know if they continue to make this. If they do, I'll put something on the screen so that you can see that. But so Winky Lux Kitten palette, I think it was like a collab with Boxy Charm. This worked really well. All the colors were kind of easy to work with, at least the ones that I used. The only color that I felt that, if not properly blended, could give you a problem was Cheshire, but I did not have a problem with it. I really like the shift in this one. I honestly want to play with this a little bit more. I want to do another look and see how I feel. This particular one was supposed to be a 12-month period. I'm sure this is older than that, and it definitely has talc in some of the ingredients. I'm not sure if they have any weird stuff or things like that. I don't even know if they make this anymore, but it is made in the USA, if you were interested about that. I'll go ahead and put some more details in the description box if you're interested. But in any case, I think I'm going to keep this one. I think it was a nice one. I came out with a really nice look, and as I'm doing these things, I'm realizing I actually like cool tones. Weird enough, I didn't think I was a cool tone person for like eyeshadows, but I think they look pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, keeping this one. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you own this palette? Do you still like it? Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Become a member of my GonzFam, and as always, from my house to yours. Love ya.